transformation and how all the pieces play together?
Well, I think we have a number of vectors in information technology in this part of the 21st century that are converging to affect a huge change globally. These include, elastic cloud computing, big data, AI, IoT, new human-computer interaction models, and this is kind of all coming together in a big bang. And I've been in the information technology business now, this is my 4th decade, and I've never seen a transformation like this that is being driven from the boardroom. This is being mandated by the chairman, it's being mandated by the CEO, it is top down in the large automotive companies, healthcare companies, aerospace companies, discrete manufacturing companies, oil and gas companies, utilities, where the CEO is mandating this change from end to end across the corporation. And as we've worked through mini computing, mainframe computing, personal computing, internetworking computing, even the cloud, we've never seen anything like this. It's always been bottom up through the CIO to the CEO's desk. This time, it's the CEO's down, it's a mandate, and this is something that, they basically have, unlimited budgets, and they're in a hurry to get it done. I think the fear is that unless they embrace these new technologies, unless they embrace IoT, unless they embrace AI, unless they embrace predictive analytics, that they'll cease to be competitive in their markets, and they might be right.
So is digital transformation a term that means anything, or is it a handy shorthand for rolling up things like cloud, big data, IoT, that kind of thing?
Candidly, I don't know what it means, and I'm not certain the people who use the term know what it means either. It's like, when you think about it, it's like digital transformation as opposed to what? Maybe analog transformation? So, but for whatever reason, this next step, in the evolution of information technology that has now been evolving at a pretty rapid rate for about 50 years, this next step function associated with these new technologies is being given the name digital transformation, and it is being embraced in the boardroom.
And is that because companies see this as disruption defense? Do you think it's because they have no choice? Is this a survival instinct? I guess, what do you think? Why do you think this is becoming a boardroom issue?
I think that they are satisfied. So all these value chains are clearly being censored. So today, at the beginning of the century, we had 500 million sensors out there. Now we have 19 billion. In 50 years, in 5 years, we'll have 50 billion sensors in healthcare, travel, transportation, automotive, what have you. And we can use these data and AI to bring efficiencies to the infrastructure that are pretty dramatic. And if companies don't realize those efficiencies, they will simply not be competitive. And so I think candidly, it's a competitive mandate.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot.
C3I lands Department of Defense deal for aircraft predictive maintenance. The U.S. Department of Defense's Innovation Unit will use C3I's platform to develop artificial intelligence tools for predictive maintenance of assets. C3I said that it was selected by the Defense Innovation Unit Experimental, DIOX. DIOX is looking to use AI for predictive maintenance, asset availability and improving operations. See, the C3I DoD deal is a multi-year deal. Specifically, the DoD will use C3 predictive maintenance for aircraft platforms. DoD will initially use C3I for the E-3 Sentry, AWACS, and the F-16 aircraft. The system will go into production within 6 months. Like most predictive maintenance AI efforts, the returns on investment revolve around cutting unscheduled maintenance repairs and heading off problems early. Amazon Web Services provides the infrastructure for C3I. Via AWS's GovCloud, C3I was able to land the DoD deal.